What's up guys, PFC Mist back with another video. Today's question comes from, alright, so first off, transportation. Whenever we're in the field, our 1068 happens to always be broken, so it has to be towed. So we have to hook it up to a gun and then the guns will drive it away. You are not allowed to have anybody inside the 1068 while it's being towed because that's not safe. So everybody else would split up. So chief, FDO, primary box separator, and driver will be in the Humvee, and then everybody else would get in the cats. The cats are basically where the ammunition is for the guns. If you want to learn about that, there's a 13 Bravo video interviewing my friend Bonino, so check that out if you want. Shameless plug. Also, so I've been in the cat several times, just pretty much getting transported somewhere, and then they'll drop me off where FDC is and they'll go wherever they need to go, or they'll stay close because they have to tow us. I've rode around with 4 of us inside a working 1068 only one time, but that was back in Garrison. So in the field, I don't know if the chief would be inside the 1068 while it's moving. I know there's a driver and then there's somebody in that the hatch that's on top. So you already got 2 people right there. I don't know if the chief will ride around as well. It's the chief, so he probably wouldn't, because that probably wouldn't be as comfortable as riding in the Humvee. FDL will be in the Humvee and the driver will be in the Humvee. So we'll probably have everybody else, say the Centaur's operator, possibly the box operator, and maybe the Advon. The Advon is people that work on the OE. Those people will probably be in the 1068, while everybody else will be in the Humvee, because the Humvee is more comfortable. Now, another question was, how close are the guns? So, on my Instagram, if you go down, there's some videos of me like filming the guns shooting rounds while we're out there training. So, that tells you that they're not really that far away. They're far enough to where if infantry was to somehow get past our infantry and come straight towards us, we'd be able to move all the guns together and we'd have some type of defensive perimeter set and ready. They're far enough to where you wouldn't really want to walk to each gun, because it would be annoying to walk from one gun to the other one because they're so far away. But it's also to the point where if they say a round was to come out and hit a gun, it wouldn't take out everybody. So, they're at a distance where it's not too far away, but it's not close either. Like, you're not gonna like walk 5 feet and there's a gun right there unless you're being towed, like I was. So the distance is not bad. You'll see the guns. Like, you might see them far back. You might be able to like pull up binoculars and see them, or you could really see them if you just get on the cat, or if you just get on the 1068 and just look, you'll see the guns. Sometimes the guns can be super far away, but like I said, it's never gonna be like guns like all the way over a mountain, super far, and then FDC like all the way in the back, in the rear, safe as hell. Like, not possible. Not gonna happen no matter how many OEs you throw up. Okay, I take that back. Maybe if you throw up like a 50 feet OE pole, like 50 poles stacked on top of each other, maybe, I don't know. In my other videos, I've interviewed everybody that does their position in our FDC besides the ROF and the Centaurs. Our Centaurs operator actually just left. He went to a new unit. Shout out to him. I miss him. So Centaurs, basically, I'm gonna dumb it down. Centaurs is basically as a mobile box. Like, it'll have everything the box has, except it's on a little tablet. It's pretty much the same thing. The only issue is it's a little more annoying because you have to click around and click and type stuff in like on a pad instead of typing it in, clicking with a mouse. It's way faster than being on the box, but the Centaurs is mobile. So there's that. You'll never really use Centaurs. You'll use it for training. So say table 5 training, you'll have to have the Centaurs operator in there. The Centaurs and the box both have to say the exact same thing whenever you're getting, like, say you put in the grid, you put in the grid inside the Centaurs data, bam, you gotta sit and wait. I mean, you click accept, you gotta wait, it pops up, boom, data. You'll be able to say the deflection, the quadrant, and it just has to match on the box and the Centaurs, and you're good to go. The Roth, now that is Record of Fire. Basically everything the box says, like, you'll write it down and you'll start talking to the guns, and that's the middleman. Like, that's the guy that's talking to the guns. He's also listening to what the box operator says. He's also writing it down. It's like the the box is like the most important job because it's the box, but the Roth is like the hardest. Like, you have to be on your shit to be on the Roth. There's a lot of box operators that go from doing OE straight to the box because the Roth is so annoying. You have to be able to multitask. Like, you will have to be able to multitask. You'll have to listen to the FDO behind you. You'll have to write down whatever is going down. The box operator is going to look over to see everything's good to go. If you don't got something written down, you know, you talk to the box real quick. Hey, what's this? What's the time of flight? Blah, blah, blah. Write it down, blah, blah, blah. You know, shot, you know. Like, Roth, I have to give an interview on that because the Roth itself is a beast. Like, it is a beast. So that's that. That's the training. The training would be, you know, your chief's like, hey, let's go over the box. Everybody will get on the box, take turns doing the box. He'll just say some fake grids. You know, you put it in there, fire mission, blah, blah, blah. Click, put in the rounds, HEPD, blah, blah, blah. Training. In the field, that training would be actually shooting rounds. There'll be like dry rounds, so it'll shoot. The guns will actually shoot, but it'll be like flying concrete. It won't be an explosion. OE isn't actually really necessary. 9 times out of 10, you're going to use the Queen instead of the OE because the Queen is so much easier. Like, the OE, there's a video of it. You got to take poles, you got to stack them up. With the Queen, you take the Queen, you get on top of the 1068, you go ahead and rotate it on top of a beam. Someone at the bottom will crank the beam all the way up. You know, of course, you're going to have stakes with ropes tied to it. You stake them in the ground. As soon as you get up, say like 40 feet, 50 feet, whatever, you stake it down so the wind doesn't blow it down. And that is it. That is it. When it's time to come down, you crank it down. You get somebody to unstake it. You get somebody on top to take it off. You know, take out the piece that actually connects it so it's, you know, inside of the 1068. Like, it's actually transmitting all the signals far away to the guns. Take all that off, and then you just take the straps off of the Queen, and then you put it in the bag. It's so much easier. The Queen is so much easier than the OE. But since the Queen is so easy, that is why you won't really train on it, and you'll mostly train on the OE, because if the Queen messes up, the Queen breaks, you got to set up OEs. That is the reason why you'll do OE training. I also believe that's probably why they don't do it in AIT, because the OE is only for like emergencies or training. We usually use the Queen because it's a lot easier, a lot more stress-free. Also, depending on what mission's going on, like how far you guys are trying to shoot out, you know, stuff like that. You'll always be on radio, so whenever the guns move, because it won't always stay in the same spot. The guns will move, FDC might stay where it's at, and because the Queen might be so high up, we don't even have to move because our radio signal is strong enough to hit somewhere else. If they move farther away, doesn't matter. If they move closer, doesn't matter. So all that, simple stuff. Like, the guns aren't that far. They can go far. They can move after they shoot, because say they're not in the right spot, the guns are not close enough to the impact zone. They got to move closer to the impact zone. FDC, you probably won't even move. All depends. So transportation that, you know, has something to say, probably gonna be in the Humvee, just driving, chilling, except for the driver, because the driver is gonna be driving like all day, every day. Like, set up they might end up setting up, you know, the Queen or OE, but driving, you're gonna be driving, bro. You're gonna be driving, you're gonna be driving. Like, you're gonna be driving. If you go to Bliss, you're gonna be driving over them sand dunes. Not really, because you might, you know, break the Humvee, but you're gonna be driving through the sand, trying not to get stuck in that mud. Oh my God, it's too much. Everybody else, 1068 will just, you know, follow the guns. You know, get in a little convoy, just follow the guns. That's simple. It's not hard. That's pretty much everything, guys. Comment, rate, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, dislike. If I got something wrong, let me know. Comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.